2023 has been a solid year for Grounded, from small but greatly needed quality of life changes to major updates that expand our backyard exploration and the new creatures we can encounter. Throw in the recent addition of custom world creation, then you got a game with potentially endless fun and possibilities. With all that said, there's still some areas that they can expand or improve upon, and some additions that I personally want implemented into the game in the near future. Here are some of my wants and expectations for Grounded in 2024. Starting off with my list is the option of dual wield. From what I've seen from others within the community, there is a bit of a fear of this mechanic being too overpowered, making the yard a complete joke. There are a few ways that could offset this, and that's by making hits with a secondary weapon deal half subsequent damage compared to the main hand. They already have the second hand labeled as weak hand, so it makes sense that it doesn't deal as much damage when compared to the strong hand. Another thing to know is that stamina drain would be a bigger factor when swinging two weapons, so off-rip that balance out dual wielding. Not to mention the fact that durability would be a factor too, since you don't have this shield for parrying. You should still be able to parry with the second weapon, but because it's the one that's getting the brunt of the impact, it does get whittled down a lot faster than others. So all this should easily balance out the dual wielding aspect. With all that said, you could still get some good uses out of dual wield by having a longer attack string, possibly having faster attack, and the main reason why I want this mechanic is to stack multiple effects on the target. Let's use this as an example. Let's say that you have a Spider Fang Dagger with Mint Augment and a Widow Fang Dagger with Spicy Augment while having Widow Wizard and Assassin. You will have Bleed, Slow, Burn, Poison, and Venom affecting the target all just from you. With that reason alone makes it super advantageous over just weapon and shield. It should go without saying that two-handed weapons will be incompatible. The next thing on this list will be one that would take some time, which is a new major expansion that would take us on a new adventure. Other than potentially exploring the house, we're getting to the point where we're running out of places to explore. Creating an expansion that takes us on a new adventure with a new crew will open up new types of location, creatures, and with that, giving us new gears and weapons. I made a short while back that has showcased different location ideas and the mobs that may reside in them if you ever want to check it out. But the main point, as mentioned earlier, was that we're getting to the point where there isn't much left for our adventure through Tolly's backyard, and that it may be time to start a new one. Before I move on, I kind of want to go back to what I mentioned earlier about new gears and weapons, since I have a few ideas for them. Starting with the shield, something that I've been wanting for a long time is a spike shield that has thorns as its buff. With needles, sunken bones, and splinters, it feels like a missed opportunity to not include this shield type. Maybe even utilize a coinfish scale so that we can have another tier 2 shield. For weapons, I had two in mind, with the first one being boxing gloves. You can have two different glove variants by having one being craftable from berry leather and the other one being of pupa leather, rounding out the whole fisticuff build. The last weapon idea can either go two ways, which both involve using a mighty glob. Every glob but mighty has at least one unique weapon specific to them, and I have a way to change that. Since Grounded has a lot of inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons, I think the mighty glob should let you craft either a quarterstaff or a two-handed warhammer. I imagine all of these except the spice shield would take some time, since they would need some new animation to rig them. The final thing is one that I believe needs expanding upon it, which is a pet system. More specifically, give us more tames and traits for each one. Right now, though the current pets do give some buffs, they're too lackluster to where it feels like you have them just for the sake of having them. Not to mention that the current ones are extremely frail. This game needs more pets and should consider utilizing the ones that are neutral, such as the ladybug, roly-poly, bees, and the moth. With these, you can use them for battle, traversal, or for resource farming. Existing passive tames, let them keep the buffs that they already provide, but also have them help with construction, or maybe go the extra mile and have them find and obtain loot for us. Aphid can obtain food, gnats can retrieve our backpack when we die, or for Weevil, have them just obtain just random materials. Just something that makes them more useful than what they are now. And that's pretty much all my wants for the foreseeable future. The team behind Grounded has brought us some fantastic new changes to this game, literally giving us new life for us to explore. Whatever they have in store for us in 2024, as long as it's just as good as this year, then we'll be eating good. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later.